Joining us now in the Freaks Pits, it's Aaron Plessinger. He finally got himself a podium at the WIC last weekend in the Lucas Oil Pro Motocross Series. Aaron Plessinger, I know I saw the show. I saw your social media. You are stoked about this, but how much of it was relief stoked or just completely excited stoked?
I'd say it's a match between both. I've been it's been a rough year this year, and between breaking my wrist and twisting my ankle at High Point, it was a big monkey off the back, but I was super excited to get that at the WIC, and last year I got third in the first moto, and then my bike broke in the second moto, and it never fails. Something happens at Southwick, but I was just really, really excited and stoked to see all the fans out there cheering me on.
Yeah, it wasn't quite the fan base of "Give me a red bud," but it was maybe even a little bit better. I mean, my gosh, the fans all over the place this year have been crazy cool, and you are so good with them. So yeah, I mean, what was it, Indy this year? You're injured and you're signing autographs for people all over the place. So how long did you take after to just take care of the fans?
Yeah, I mean, it was a while. I was giving away stuff. I was signing everything. I think I signed a couple foreheads, a couple forearms. I signed a pair of cowboy boots. Yeah, I stayed for a while. I was just soaking it in, and it was cool to see all those fans embrace me, and I didn't know I had so many fans up there in the Northeast, but they're all over, and they're exciting to get to kind of interact with.
What do you mean you had no idea you had that many fans in the Northeast? Social media has brought us all together. Social media sees how fun you are. Social media also shows us and lets us see you're a good singer. You got to have fun with life. So of course people love themselves some AP.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess I just I don't see it as much, not racing for this long of a time. I guess they were ready to see the cowboy up there.
Did you sign any unmentionables, Aaron Plessinger?
Well, I signed a dude's chest, but
Okay.
not a woman's.
All right, there you go.
I got close.
You got close, huh? All right. And I love the hat, dude. That's, you sign into this thing and pow, that's the first thing you see is the hat and the hair.
Oh yeah, it's kind of a trademark now. The mullet, the mustache, and the cowboy hat. It's all coming together now. If I can keep it up on the podium.
Did KTM? I saw somewhere, and I didn't get a chance to listen to the video, but did KTM ask you to cut the mullet off? That they're, corporations don't always like that.
There was some speculation that it needed to come off, but I was stern with it, and they've embraced me. As I came on this team, and I'd say if you ask them now, they would say never cut the mullet, which I'm happy about.
I think if the fans embrace it, that's all they're looking for, is that for you to make some headway with the fans. The fans must love it.
Oh yeah, I've seen countless mullets, between Supercross and Motocross, and almost every one of them have came up to me and have been like, "Dude, I'm growing this because of you. I got a mullet because of you," and it's pretty cool. It puts a smile on my face.
Crash, let me sneak one more in here. You look like a Western, like you just got off your horse, but your bike might be your horse. And all Western stars sing. You got a little song in there somewhere?
Please.
Oh shoot. I would sing today, but the old voice is hoarse today. I think I'd be cracking a few, but
come on, Aaron Plessinger,
hey.
Motocross, Supercross, bike rider, Southern Ohio. You're a Buckeye, dude. Come on, you got a song in there. You got a song in there somewhere.
Shoot, I don't know.
Is that one line and honky tonk? What? Or what's that line? I don't know,
Hardwood floor or honky tonks and hardwood floors, I think it is. It's Cody Johnson, man. That's the best of them all, man. He used to ride bulls back in the day.
You got a song in there somewhere. We'll give you a chance before this is over with. You got to do some clearing and some thinking, and you got to come up with something for us.
That takes some practice. Yeah, you heard that cough. He's got to get the old chords going down here.
I haven't had any practice today.
Well, and talking about your bike, of course. Aaron Plessinger joining us here in the Freaks Pits, of course, a little bit past the halfway point in the Lucas Oil Pro Motocross season. Can you tell me something ride-wise? What changed for you? Because arguably Redbud and Southwick were your two best motos or your two best weekends to date on the outdoor season. What changed in that little off week that you guys had? Did something come together with your style? Was it something mentally? Was it something physically? What changed to kind of up your game?
Me and the team, we've been working on the bike a lot. I always, every time I go out on the track, I'm working on my style or just fundamentals on the bike and trying to perfect those. But, the bike's been coming around and the team's been putting a lot of work in, sending me things to test, just overall testing at the races, and my fitness. I've been racing myself into shape. So I think it's all just kind of coming together, clicking at once. And, I'm happy about it. It's a good time to do it around halfway point, and hopefully we can finish this thing out strong.
When you started the outdoor season, you were coming off of obviously an injury in Supercross, but practice tracks and practice tracks and practice tracks. That's so different than being in race mode or practice shape versus race shape. Was that a little bit of a factor at the beginning of the season?
I think definitely it was. We can practice all we want and we can try and simulate the races all we want, but until you get to that racetrack and you see how it shapes up, there's nothing like it. There's nothing like racing. So we can practice all we want and get dialed in there, and then you go to the race and you can have a totally different track, and you could really set your bike up the wrong way or the right way. And luckily mine was towards the right way. But yeah, there's nothing like racing. I mean, the bumps are 2 feet higher and a lot more intimidating. There's a lot more ruts, especially a lot more riders you're racing against. And yeah, I think it's all a different dynamic between practice and race. So
family gets to come with you. That's a really cool thing about the outdoor season is family can be there with you. Your daughters can be there with you every single weekend, right?
Oh yeah. I mean, if it's feasible and it makes sense, they're here, and they've been at almost every race. Me and my wife went to the last one, but the kids, they love coming. My son's here today, and he's out riding, looking at the track, riding his Stasic around, and he has a really, really good time, and he likes watching me do my thing. So it's so cool to have them here.
Your son, would he be a future racer himself, or would you say, let's stay away from this racing thing?
I'll let him do what he wants. I'm gonna let him try out all the sports he wants. I really like golf nowadays, so hopefully maybe he'll pick up a golf club here and there. But if he wants to race, I'll support it, and just like my dad did to me. I'll take him everywhere and do what he wants to do to find what he loves.
Aaron Plessinger, the podium last week jumped you up into what, 8th place, I think. Is that where you are in the standings in 450? You've got a 250 championship, so you know how to win. But the question I got to ask, after you're coming back from an injury in the Supercross season, are the bikes getting too fast? It seems like every rider we talk to nowadays is either coming back from an injury, is on the sidelines from an injury.
I don't think they're getting too fast. I think overall we are speeding everything up and what we do, and we're getting faster every year, and the speeds that we're going through the corners, over the jumps. I think the bikes are definitely really, really fast, but we are kind of mastering the skill of I don't know, going too fast on the bikes, I guess. So I think, you know, every time the speed amplifies, your body has to react to that and get used to that. So I think with all these injuries, man, it's the body's kind of falling behind and not really knowing how to go that fast, because when you're in race mode, you are wide open and it's no looking back. So you know, I think I don't think the bikes are too fast. I think we're just amplifying everything that we do, and sometimes it catches you off guard.
Does that change the way you train, knowing that you've got to go fast in order to compete? But coming off the bike used to be a standard thing, but coming off the bike now at a greater speed, you're going to get injured, and maybe more seriously.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really change the way we train. We just train at, higher rates of speed, higher heart rate for longer periods of time. We try to simulate the race as much as we can and as close as we can get it to that. And with the group we have down at the Baker's factory, it's always pretty much a race day down there between me, Malcolm Stewart, RJ Hampshire, Styles Robertson, Jalik Swoll. We're pushing the limits every day, and I'd like to think, we are at race pace and race speed, but who knows? You never know until you get to the race. But to answer your question, I don't think it changes the way we train. I think it changes just the speeds at which we train.
Wow.
Because we're getting faster every time.
Wow. Well, that's well thought out, Aaron. Aaron Plessinger, 8th in Lucas Oil Motocross right now, the outdoor season. A podium last weekend jumped him up into the 8th place. Not a lot of guys think it through that way. They're just worried about injuries or whatever. But if you got to step it up, are you one of the acolytes? Are you a disciple of James Stewart? You mentioned Malcolm, his brother. Are you one of the disciples of James Stewart, where speed and all out, and I'm going to get there no matter what?
I would like to think so, man. I didn't choose the number 7 for no reason. So hopefully I'm following right in his footsteps, and I've been set back with injuries these last couple years, but hopefully this is a turnaround, and we're gonna ride to greatness.
Yeah. So was he. He had injury problems. I guess you gotta commit something to be that fast with no cage around you, and it's just you and the bike and the dirt. You gotta be prepared for that.
You definitely have to learn how to fall, for sure.
No, wow. Thanks. That's why we don't ride motorcycles, StattMann. That's why we talk.
Yeah, right. Exactly. I ride a bike. Used to ride a bike on the street. I don't anymore. This is Aaron. This is one of the great lines. We've been doing this is our 23rd year, and I was talking to I rode a Ducati for a while, and I was talking to one of the Bostrom brothers, I think Eric, who rode a Ducati, and I was talking about and just praising the Ducati and how great it sounds at 80 miles an hour, and the two cylinder and all. And when I got finished, he said, "You ought to hear it at 180." And that like put it right there on the money. I guess you could say the same thing to guys who go dirt bike riding, and they sort of jump and have fun and laugh. But when you get out there at the level that you guys do it in the Lucas Oil Motocross Series, you're going like twice or three times as fast as they are, and you're still smiling, and you're competing. That adds a whole nother layer of energy to it.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's what I love doing, and it's one of the greatest jobs in the world. I think I'm so lucky to get to do what I love for a living, and to ride motorcycles, man. It's crazy to think about. I never thought I would be here when I was growing up. So to get to do this and to bring my family around and travel everywhere, travel the whole United States, and it's a pretty darn good deal.
I don't know, Crash. You gotta give us a stanza, dude. Come on, you gotta give us a chorus or something. I mean, you come in there with this hat and the mullet, and you're just like might as well be a country star right there instead of a motocross star.
I know, or a NASCAR star. I don't know if I'm talking to Richard Petty or Dale Earnhardt Sr. I mean, it's awesome.
Hey, I appreciate that.
Seriously, I love it. I mean, the look is just absolutely perfect. StattMann, you need to buy one of his shirts. It literally says stash, mullet, moto, but you do need to add hat to that shirt, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then maybe
on a new clothing line, so we'll get it all out there.
All right. Well, you got to give us a song before we get out of here.
Oh man, maybe just one line or something. I can't even think of anything.
A chorus. I'm not a country fan until I hear something that I really like. I like Willie Nelson, and who's the guy you mentioned? You mentioned him earlier. The
Cody Johnson.
Yeah, you gotta have. Got to be something in there that you could it doesn't have to be good. You got a little cough here, but you're a country star, dude. In addition to a bike star, you got to give us a chorus or something.
All right, let me think.
StattMann, you can just go to his Instagram, and he's got a bunch of stories saved under a category called karaoke. And it's cool because he's driving and singing at the same time. And
then he knows,
looking around
he knows how to do it. Aaron Plessinger, Lucas Oil Motocross, 8th place, a podium last weekend, giving us the latest from the country music hits.
Shoot, I'm drawing a blank here, guys.
My daddy served in the army
when he lost his right eye, when he flew a flag out in our yard, till the day that he died. He wanted my mother, my brother, my sister, and me to grow up and live happy in the land of the free. Now this nation that I love is falling under attack. A mighty sucker punch came flying in from somewhere in the back. Soon as we can see it clearly through our big black eye, man, we lit up your world like the 4th of July. Hey, Uncle Sam, put your name at the top of his list. And the Statue of Liberty started shaking her fist, and the eagle will fly, and it's gonna be hell when you hear Mother Freedom start ringing her bell, and it'll feel like the whole wide world is raining down on you. Brought to your courtesy of the red, white, and blue.
All right. Oh my gosh!
That's all right, dude. Off the top of your head, bad voice. Now, don't tell me about a bad voice, man. You laid that out there. Way to go, Aaron Plessinger, Lucas Oil Motocross, Red Bull, the sponsor there.
That mic drop right there.
Well done. Well done.
Yep.
I appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
Let's get on up to another podium and maybe more singing on the podium in Minnesota this weekend.
Let's go. I'm ready for it.
Good luck, man. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk and sing with us. We appreciate it.
Well, thanks for having me on, guys. It's always a pleasure.